No deal, say Senate Democrats. Another vote fails, so we are still in a government shutdown. There's no negotiating to do. Literally, the Republicans said, hey, we're just going to keep continuing to spend as we are spending right now, and we'll figure it all out as this continuing resolution comes to an end in 6 weeks from now around Thanksgiving. Democrats say no to that. It's the most unreasonable thing ever. They literally want to be putting illegal aliens back on the healthcare system. I want you to look at what CNN did to Speaker Mike Johnson when he went to spell out the facts. They cut him off.
Now, why are we saying that they want to return and restore taxpayer-funded benefits to illegal aliens? Because that's exactly what they did. When they rejected the clean CR that we sent over, the Senate Democrats.
All right, we're listening here to Speaker Johnson. He's trying to frame the shutdown as a Democratic shutdown. He also falsely claimed that Democrats want to give extend health care to illegal immigrants. That is not true.
No. That is true. And she says that they aren't eligible for health care. Well, in many respects, that's correct because of the last bill that Republicans passed. Now, Speaker Johnson was going to go on to explain, hey, go to this page and you'll see the repeal. Go to HL1, please. This is highlight 1 for the guys behind the glass, if you could. This is the repeal, all right? The repeal, okay, of health care changes, specifically subtitle B of Title VII. Now, what is it trying to repeal? Put up the next one. It's trying to repeal a whole bunch of things, like the ability for the government to verify income status, okay, where you live, and, quote, whether the individual is an eligible alien, okay? Now, if you can't confirm that, if you can't look at the status of that, you can't verify that, well, then anybody can get it. And it's clear as day as to what they want to repeal. Well, I want to bring in now to discuss all of this Heritage Foundation senior fellow and healthcare policy expert, Ed Haislmaier, is with us. Ed, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So I think that the Democrats are being very disingenuous when they tell us that they are not talking about giving illegals health care, where literally the portion they want to repeal is how you would verify whether someone's illegal or not.
Oh, well, that's part of it. They would repeal the verification. There's a lot of stuff they would repeal, by the way. They would also repeal other provisions in there to just reduce outright fraud and abuse and waste. I mean, there's an entire provision that, you know, when they enacted Obamacare, they said, well, we'll give you some advanced subsidies. And, you know, if at the end of the year you reconcile it and we gave you too much, keep the money. And so they would actually make them pay the money back that they were gotten improperly. So there's a lot of stuff they would repeal.
So one of the things that we got from you guys over at the Heritage Foundation is Section 2141, what they would repeal. Guys, throw it up on the screen, guys. Now, this is my biggest pet peeve because I don't know how anybody at home is ever going to read that, so they can take it off the screen. I'm basically scolding folks here, but alien Medicaid eligibility, federal Medicaid match rate for emergency Medicaid, and limiting Medicare coverage to certain individuals. Explain to me what this 2141 repeal actually does.
Let's back up and look at the immigration side of this, okay? There is terminology, and you had some of this up there. Eligible alien is a term that's in this bill. But in some of the statute, there's lawfully present. Well, those are two different things. And what the Democrats had done, particularly under the Biden administration, was they played fast and loose with lawfully present. So, for example, someone comes here as a tourist on a tourist visa, perfectly legal, perfectly legitimate. They are lawfully present, but that doesn't mean they qualify for benefits here. Well, that's how the administration under Biden played fast and loose. They would say, oh, well, yes, these people came across illegally, but we've paroled them, so they're lawfully present. And that's That's what this bill in July cracked down on. It said, no, 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 we're going to tighten this up and we're going to clarify who is an eligible alien and who is not. And that's the part they want to repeal.
Now, and am I out of line? Am I heartless to think that we're really focused, and the Republicans are doing a good job as framing it as illegal aliens getting health care? I think any reasonable person would say we don't want illegal aliens getting health care, taxpayer dollars. I would hope. We know that many Democrats disagree with that. But this idea that if you're a legal, lawfully present alien, you get a work visa to come here, okay? Or you're going to get married, and you've got approval from immigration to come with your husband who's an American citizen, but you're not an American citizen. I don't think any of these people should get health care. Why would we? If I go to France, they're not going to give me health care if I go to work there?
Well, so first of all, again, we have to be careful with the terminology, because this is where, and I'm not the immigration expert, I've just had to learn some of this from my colleagues who are immigration experts to deal with this. Somebody who comes here, for example, you get a non-American marries an American, well, they become a legal permanent resident. That's different than lawfully present. If they're just here on a tourist visa, yeah, they're lawfully present, but they're not a legal permanent resident.
Right,
so
my point isn't the one getting married, but the person who's coming on a work visa, okay?
Right,
an
right.
H-1B
so
visa
holder. People are coming on a work visa, people are getting married, people like that. The point is they can be legal here, but, and this is an interesting thing, one of the provisions that's been in the code for years is they have to have a sponsor who certifies that for 5 years they won't claim any benefits on Medicaid or Medicare or any of these public assistance programs, welfare or anything else. So that's another provision in here that they tightened up.
And is that, I guess, is that happening? Because it seems to me like everybody's running fast and loose with our tax dollars when it comes to health care. Are we starting the process of cracking down on that 5-year provision that the Democrats want to repeal?
Yes, and other provisions as well. There's a lot that is fast and loose in these programs, and the legislation. I mean, I think this is interesting. Yes, it's focused on the immigrants and particularly the illegals, but a lot of what was done in reconciliation in this section on healthcare that now the Democrats say they want to repeal entirely was to crack down on other kinds of abuses as well, not just by illegals, but by domestic abuses where people were lying about their income. People were on the rolls in 2 different states. Each state was getting money for the same person, all sorts of stuff in this.
Well, I don't see the Republicans, and honestly, I'm not often proud of Senate Republicans, but in this case, I'm telling them, hold the line. Do not negotiate with Schumer. There's nothing to negotiate on. I'll give you the last word. You think we remain strong on this?
Yeah, I know. I think it will. I mean, the thing that I'm hearing from congressional staff is, look, if the Democrats had been serious about this, we would have already at the staff level have heard from their staff with specifics, and they never did. This is just messaging, and I think they're going to, I think they've got themselves in a messaging rut, frankly.
Yeah, I agree with you. Ed Haislmaier, thank you so much for coming on today. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right, folks, the Trump administration is bringing positive changes to our healthcare system, but to truly make America healthy again, it starts at home with you. The Wellness Company offers top quality products to keep your family safe and healthy. Their prescription medical kits, I always have mine handy. Life-saving medications, there's a guidebook in here, plus they offer a parasite cleanse, which I just finished, weight loss solutions, and more to help you live a longer, healthier life. Visit twc.health/voice. Use the promo code VOICE to save 10% at checkout. That's twc.health/voice. Use that promo code VOICE and save 10%. All right, the Democrats are in a full tailspin. We will have our body language expert weigh in on all of this next.